Hey everyone, my name's Paul and I'm a musician and a sound producer for my private sound recording studio. Today I'm shooting for the first time with my newly arrived green screen, so please don't blame me if anything goes too wrong. As well, I'm gonna tell you about one of my numerous musical projects, which is surprisingly, even to me, is a fully orchestral. For those of you who are watching me for the first time, I also occupy myself with sports, namely bodybuilding, powerlifting, and I work as a personal trainer at the gym. And I especially go into kinesiotherapy, which is healing by the motion, and rehabilitation, and for which I have a separate playlist on my channel, so please, if you're interested, check it out. I am also a graduate of Faculty of Foreign Languages, therefore I'm really fond of translating videos and making voiceovers in my studio, and there is a separate place in one of my playlists on my channel. Now, back to the music. Myself, I've always been a rock musician. I've been into rock music for about 15 years or even more. And later I started being fond of metal and death metal, black metal, and lately extreme metal, the most extreme metal that you can find. But recently a guy contacted me who was advised by my previous clients, the clients of my studio. They advised me to him so that we could cooperate on his music. And he sent me some MIDI tracks which were fully orchestral. In my life I dealt with orchestrations, I dealt with synthesizers and with keyboards, but they were always in course of rock songs, of metal songs. They were heavy metal or black metal, which involved keyboards. But this is a purely orchestral music, which is really strange and interesting to me. Just not to waste your time, let's listen to one of his tracks, which we already finished. This is the MIDI track that he sent me. Please listen to it from the beginning to the end. It's only about a minute and a half. And then I'll tell you what I've done with it and show you. Speaking of me previously dealing with orchestrations and keyboards, please check out some of my projects that are on the web. And thanks to DistroKid service, you can find them on App Store, and Google Play, and Spotify, and Amazon, and other musical shops. And as well, you can find these projects on Bandcamp, listen and download them for free, or you can buy them for any price of your choice if you really like those albums. As you've just heard, the file that I received from the composer was a really basic MIDI file with the general MIDI bank sounds, so very simple sounds. And my job was to replace those sounds with the live ones from samplers and romplers and programs that I'm working with all the time. And in course of this job, I was finding that there was something missing in the arrangements, and some parts were too huge, some were too small, and I started coming up with ideas, and I shared these ideas with the author, and we discussed a lot of things, and he was very pleased with my ideas. He was satisfied with my job, and so finally we came up with the version that suits both me and him. And here's this version, please listen it as well from the beginning to the end. Well, that's it, what was before and what I've done with it. The interesting fact that I would like to mention is that the mother of a guy who advised me to this composer has a vocal education from one of the best musical universities in Russia. And you know, Russia is famous for its musical education and for its musicians, especially classical musicians, when we're talking about orchestration. So, she said that I'm really talented and that I've done my job pretty decent. And that's a huge compliment for the guy who has no musical education whatsoever. That's true. I got no musical education. I took guitar lessons, classic guitar lessons, for about a couple of months when I was a boy. But I didn't like the teacher, I didn't like the classic guitar. I would like to play an electric guitar. I was fond of Nirvana and Metallica at that time. So I started learning everything myself. I started learning playing drums, guitar, singing and so on. And later I started learning sound recording and I started earning money for my studio, and I built up my studio from the scratch. By the way, there are a couple of videos of working at my studio. One is recording live drums with a drummer. I show the whole preparation process and the recording process and the final result. And the other video is about a live band recording at my studio. A rock live 4-piece band recording. As well, preparation, the whole process and the final result. That's it for today. If you like the video, put thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and check out some other videos. And if you like the composer and his music, I understand that he's not a very public person, but here's his name and contact email. Maybe you'd like him to write music for you. Thanks for watching, have a nice time!